The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC) says electricity sector-related issues have topped its consumer complaints list in the last 1 year. The acting executive vice chairman of the commission, Dr. Adamu Abdullahi, said this while speaking with the News Agency of Nigeria in Abuja.
The major complaints that we have received so far since the establishment of this committee have to do with power, electricity, followed by maybe aviation, banking. These are the major three. So we had this intervention in most of the areas. We intervene when we see that there are things going wrong, or the sector regulator is not doing enough. Then we have to come in. What actually happened with electricity is that the MacArthur Foundation, they came up with a grant that they gave to the commission that says we should intervene in the electricity sector and do advocacy so that we can address the issue of complaints in that sector. So, of course, we brought in the sector regulator, NERC, Electricity Regulatory Commission. We brought in NEMSA, Electricity Management Services Agency, and then the DISCOs themselves sit down with the sector regulator, sit down with NEMSA, sit down with the DISCO, and give it wide publicity so that people can come and lodge their complaints. That's those 5 days. You come, we break ourselves into separate desks, you lodge your complaint, and we address it there and then. If it's a NEC problem, NEC is there to address it. If it's a NEMSA, that's a metering issue, this meter availability and things like that, NEMSA is there to address it. If it is to do with the DISCO themselves, we now sort it out there and then. Anything that we couldn't save or solve there, we now give timelines. And people were very happy because these are instances in which they had access to their DISCOs, which had not been the way it is with them. They were very evasive, they were not ready to solve their issues and things like that. But this time around, they are forced to sit down and sort out the issues. And once we had that breakthrough, since we have now brought these customers and their service providers together, it now became easier henceforth for them to continue that way. So the complaints started dropping down. And as you can see, we have moved all over. We have been to Bauchi, we have been to, as I said, we have been to Jos, we have been to Ibadan, we have been to Lagos, both DISCOs in Lagos. And all the others are still in the pipeline. We're even planning to go to all the other areas also now. That's to do with electricity.
Abdullahi said that aviation and banking-related complaints followed electricity on the Commission's record of consumer complaints received.
I've already mentioned what we have done about the financial sector when we saw the complaints that were coming from the detailed loan lenders, what we now call the loan sharks. And aviation, we're working together with aviation.
On aviation, he said the Commission was working with all necessary stakeholders to ensure robust consumer protection.
Even this last issue, when you saw the escalating costs of foreign airlines tickets, we intervened. So we now had to call them individually, sat down with NCA, with Nigerian Travel Agents, NANTA, and with the airlines individually. Because if you are discussing price, you don't discuss collectively, because that will be price fixing. And if we file against price fixing, we say it's against the law, we cannot be encouraging it. So we called these airlines individually. We took a whole 2, 3, 4 days, sat down with them and cajoled them and talked to them and brought them back to reality and made them open these lower inventories. That's why you can find out now that tickets are much lower.